What up, guys? I'm here with Carter. We got Varo and Taylor, all who have sold on Amazon. Taylor's crushing on Amazon right now. Carter, I remember you told me you did 800,000 in 1 month on Amazon last year. I don't know if you did 800,000 in 1 month last year, but you told me you did 800,000 in 1 month at some point. And then
Mhm.
Varo, we watched the Jake Paul fight down in Vegas, and you've done six figures as an affiliate on TikTok Shop, which means you're selling other people's products, making videos, getting commissions. So that's pure profit.
Yeah.
I believe you can break that down and correct me if I'm wrong. And then you've also sold six figures of your own product on TikTok Shop. So, and both of you guys will be at Miami. Varo is going to be speaking. Carter, you can hop up there if you want with him on the stage, and then I'll probably throw both y'all on a panel. So, welcome to the YouTube channel.
I appreciate having us. Appreciate you taking the time out of your day.
Yes, sir. And we got Taylor going in and out here. But if you guys want to briefly introduce yourselves, because I know you guys could probably dive a little bit deeper into what you've done on TikTok.
Yeah, so like Romer mentioned, I'm Varo. I have done 7 figures total in Amazon sales as a wholesaler and OA, but now I'm transitioning to private label strictly on TikTok Shop. I have done 6 figures in commission, that's pure profit on TikTok Shop as an affiliate, so that's promoting other people's brands. But now we're almost at 6 figures with the brand. We're about 10 to 20K short, but we only launched 4 months ago. But yeah,
That's
almost
dope.
as a brand owner.
That's very cool. And then Carter, do you want to talk a little bit about you started with books, so a lot of my
I
audience
did start with books.
yeah.
I don't remember even how many years ago that was. Honestly, at this point, probably 5 years ago or something. I sold some books on there. I did a lot of in-store shoes and stuff like that. Sold like 7 figures worth of shoes before I got onto Amazon, and then did like 8 figures on e-commerce in general. Just selling stuff online since I was like 12 or whatever. But
We got
definitely
Miss
hit
Diana in the background on the pod. Nature's best, guys. Go follow Instagram.
Hold up.
So, and then you did 800,000 in 1 month wholesale, right?
Yep. Did a little bit of Amazon, but now kind of I was just looking for more of an equity play long term, and obviously should have hopped on TikTok earlier, but I saw Varo was doing well. He was gatekeeping me a little bit, but he finally brought me into the fold a little bit here, and we're launching brands. Trying to kind of grow a community around kind of this newer kind of creator economy and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think we're all kind of on the same wavelength in terms of number one, protecting ourselves against Amazon and the potential of getting your account shut down, whether it's a Section 3, a counterfeit claim, or just something crazy. And number two, I think all of us are on the same wavelength of we want to build stuff that we could potentially sell and that we own.
Mhm.
And well, me and Taylor haven't really talked too much about that in terms of private label, but I saw your video the other day, Carter, and you were like, arbitrage is great. You can do thousands of profit a month, but if you build your own product, then you can sell that for 4 to 5x, and that's honestly like really, really exciting. So
yeah, you can spend all of your profits and still sell it for a multiple. And
yeah,
I've never heard of anyone selling. Obviously, people make a lot of money on the Amazon side and just flipping other people's products. And obviously, I've had a lot of experience doing that. Just came to realize, I mean, just seeing like how brands are and stuff like that, and the scalability of it, the control, just not
yeah,
having. Obviously, platforms and stuff. There's always platform risk, but when you have your own brand, especially with the new creator model and stuff like that, I mean, you can flip flop different um, sites and different ecosystems to push your product. And when you have a fan base, MRR, I mean, all these types of things that this offer game that you're in, it's just a whole different. It's a real business in my mind versus just hustling. Really, I mean, obviously, you can get things locked in for a little while. You can have brand directs and stuff like that, but when you're doing brand directs, you're literally just doing someone else's brand.
Yeah.
So it's great to learn that kind of thing, and even launching other people's brands and stuff like that is great. But why not get a piece for yourself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think there's definitely a little bit of skewed content right now because the arbitragers are dominating the content, like including myself and everyone else. That like when people think of selling on Amazon, they think of just flipping shit from Marshalls or even like a thrift store or
That content is best. You know?
Yeah,
You said
the
what?
visual.
It's so visual. You know, we're trying to find the similar aspect of that for TikTok and stuff because it's, I mean, you can see from anyone, Miles, Warner, I mean, whoever it is, the in-store stuff is what gets views. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
regular people can kind of, they're like, oh my God, you go into a Marshalls or whatever, and you're able to flip this item for profit. Like what? Like never heard of it, you know?
Yeah, and it's private label content does well. Like Trevor Peterson, he'll be at Miami. He's spoken at Miami the last 3 years or 4, actually, every year. He's been there every year, and he's almost at 100K on YouTube, so his channel's growing. But you're right, like in terms of like viral content, it's definitely better to like have like a whole cart of fucking toothbrushes or something.
I mean, then you pull up the seller amp and it's direct profits. I think the biggest like kind of in between for the private label is one, the time to launch. I mean, as you know, probably going into it and stuff, like it can take months to even launch a product and then getting it off the ground and stuff like that. So it can be a much longer process where people are looking to get out of their jobs, they're looking for freedom, they're trying to get 5,000-10,000 a month, and private label is really not the way that the easiest way to get there. I mean, really, kind of drop shipping was kind of that in between where you could do it very quickly. But I think, this is kind of a newer thing. I think with the creator economy part, being an affiliate, making 6 figures and stuff like that in a single month, like that's better than most people did on Amazon. When it comes to
that's
less
insane.
risk, no inventory, no marketing budget. I mean, no dollars that you had to spend and like put at risk for that. It's just kind of learning kind of how to get the content out there. And
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. What did I miss? Did you guys share how much you're making or what? Fuck. My connection sucks.
Now you're good.
you need the Starlink on the car.
What's that?
You need the Starlink on the car.
I know. You know what? The funny thing is I do have a Starlink. It's just at home.
You tape that thing, duct tape that thing across the top.
I've seen people put on their windshield and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like driving around.
So yeah,
Yeah,
Taylor,
Was there a big learning curve? Was there a big learning curve, guys, shifting from Amazon over to TikTok Shop? Like in making the videos instead of looking at, seems like a whole different strategy,
Yeah, it's a completely different game, especially since like when you're in the Amazon space, you're pretty much on your computer locked in. If you want to make content, you can, but you don't need to make content to make money, right? So for me, it was a little bit easier just because I was doing the Amazon influencer program, so I was already getting used to the videos and stuff like that. And it was a lot easier for me too, because when I started back in March, April of last year as an affiliate, I was doing purely lives. I didn't make a single video the first month, but my first month I still did 5K in pure commission, pure profit in my pocket. And I wish I could look back to see how many hours of that was live, but I always just assume it was like 20 to 40 hours that whole month of going live, and it was still a 5K profit. So I think it's still a great return. Then after that, I think the next 2 months, that's when I was pushing heavy videos, and that's when I hit a 6-figure profit month.
and you're public about your product, right?
Yeah, all public about it, growing it in public pretty much. I don't know if you guys can see that, but
Yep. Snore.
more. The nice thing about what Carter mentioned, I want to touch back on, is that he's saying obviously when you're launching a brand, it's not something that you're gonna make 5 or 10K your first month, right? So just because you're in the R&D phase, by what we're seeing, everybody's in the R&D phase for at least a month or 3, depending on what product you have. But at least 1 to 3 months, you're gonna be just searching for manufacturers, seeing what samples you like, seeing branding and all that important stuff. But still, like our first month of launch, we didn't spend a single dime on advertisement or nothing, pretty much just commission. But we were cash flowing from the first month, pretty much. We sold 1,000 units. The next month we sold almost 6,000 units. And it was a big increase without like a big increase in like ad spend. Because our second month, we still didn't even spend nothing on ads or nothing like that. We're just starting to ramp up ads and retainers and stuff like that.
Why
How old are you
so
guys?
public?
23.
23.
Damn.
I look young.
Oh, that's
15-year-old.
awesome.
It's another generation. I got my first few gray hairs the other day.
Oof. Gotta paint those.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting old. I wear them with pride. I earned
Wow. That's great, though. That's great.
them. That's what a few Section 3s will do to you. So why are you so public about what you sell? Like you just showed us that you're selling mouth tape.
Honestly, like I wish I would have documented it from like the first thought I had was like, hey, I want to launch a mouth tape brand, because I've talked to some Amazon private label guys and they're always just like, hey, I'm public about everything. Someone asks me, hey, what are you gonna launch? They tell me, and they're always like, there's no competition at the end of the day because the marketplace is huge, depending on what you're launching, right? And someone else could launch a mouth tape. They could do better. They could be worse. But all that matters about branding and your creativity. That's what I think is important. And also, what's really important is about TikTok and the creator economy. Doesn't matter if you have $100 million to throw out in retainers, because we've seen a brand recently try to do that. I want to assume they threw around at least 150K in retainers in a month, and their sales did not increase. You know, their videos increased, but not their sales, and that shows us something. It's not a pay-to-play game. You know, it's more about the skills that you have and the skills that you acquire as making videos.
Mm-hmm. Are you not worried about, like, with TikTok potentially going away?
A little bit. I'm very bullish on it. I don't think it can go away just because of the economy of the creator that we keep mentioning, but also people love consuming, right? And
I mean,
honestly,
like, legally, like, it went away for a few days.
and I was pretty happy about it. I wish it was a little bit longer because I wanted to try to buy some TikTok shop businesses. There's a lot of killers out there that could, if they expand it, it'd be great. I don't think so, just because there's a lot of brands recently that are having crazy rollover that they started on TikTok, and the spillover they're getting organically, it's insane. You know, like it's just consistent MRR that they're having with subscribe and save when someone buys it on TikTok. And once they buy it on TikTok, maybe they don't repurchase it on TikTok, but they'll buy it from Amazon, which is better because you're not paying a commission.
And since there's like 1 million affiliates basically now, and it's like 1.5, 1.2, something like that. And there's always going to be people wanting to promote products, and there's always going to be people that want to buy products. So really, what platform it's on, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, we believe Instagram launched the beta as soon as TikTok got banned. So Zuck's definitely scheming in the background.
He's working.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they would have had a longer term ban, they would have launched the Instagram pretty quickly. And it doesn't matter what platform it is, Instagram, whatever it is. Obviously, TikTok's really pushing the shop and those videos, but any site that you can offer a product on and sell a product on is just fine. The integration for TikTok is just kind of the biggest thing. It increases conversion rate from views and stuff like that versus pushing people to link in bio.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, it's a thought process, but it's not really something to even think about because there's always other options. And I mean, what are you going to do, right? So if it does get banned, you transfer just like anything else. But the spillover effect is really real, especially to the Amazon side. We're kind of what we've heard from other people and from our own experience and seeing things. It's much better to launch on TikTok first, get the brand kind of rolling, and then get that spillover effect. So once you sell maybe 1,000 to 5,000 units on TikTok, then launch on Amazon, because then you actually have people going and searching for your product, which boosts you organically in the Amazon algorithm, and you're going to do a lot better ranking and stuff like that for the search terms and stuff you're trying to do, instead of pushing tons of PPC, trying to compete with people that are already there. To touch on the competition side of like being public and stuff, you're not hopping on an Amazon listing that everyone else is on, so it's not like you're necessarily like just down, like dropping pennies or whatever to try to get more buy box. You're simply trying to market your product. It's more of like there's just really no correlation when it comes to marketing and kind of
What up?
Ignore Cayman. He's a little kid, pretty
You
much.
can't see me.
Yes, he can.
Yeah,
Oh, I was looking at this side of the
me.
Sorry.
It just focused on you. That's the easy takedown.
But yeah, it's not like a Nike stock listing, right? Where like you're in competition with like 30 other people. Maybe now less just because of everything happening. But yeah, there's really no competition in my head. Like I want other people to launch mouth tape. I want other people to launch whatever I'm launching, because I just don't think they could beat me.
Mm-hmm. And what's your strategy with making good videos and stuff?
It could be a long answer or a short answer. I just think my strategy, I went viral with a fake slideshow. So like it wasn't like a real slideshow. It was like a video, but it's still video where like I put images. That's what I went viral with. But I went viral a few times with skits as well. Skits are great. I think what's going to be popping for the next couple of months are going to be skits. That's just amazing. It's hard for AI to generate something like that. That's why a lot of people are bullish on AI. I'm not. I don't think AI is going to be hitting the creator economy as big as some people think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it goes hand in hand. Like you're making really good videos for products, and it probably helps with your personal branding too.
Yeah,
because you're making videos for that as well.
Yeah, it's just like learning how to catch eyeballs, and Jake Paul did it amazingly, right? The Paul brothers are doing it amazingly now.
Yeah,
people are learning it at micro.
Dude, they got fucking Prime out here at 7-Eleven.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
We're gonna have a Cayman versus Taylor match at Miami, and then I'll go against Levi. Me and Levi will do jiu-jitsu, and Taylor and Cayman will do
Taylor, you hear that?
Wait, Avery, did you say caveman?
Cayman.
Taylor, he doesn't want the real smoke. He knows I whoop Levi.
I'll give
Yeah,
anyone
I
you the
don't doubt you
smoke.
beat Levi in wrestling.
Huh?
Avery's all talk. Avery's all talk.
I beat him by like 15 points every time we do jiu-jitsu. I can't submit him. I will admit I cannot submit him, but
You got that rear naked that one time, remember?
hit me.
That's how much I underestimated you. I let him get a full rear naked locked up on me, and I was like, I'm gonna get out of this so easy. He just cranked it.
The one time me and you even win, I was blasted. So that don't count either.
He's making
Don't-
excuses.
Don't think
listen to
that counts.
No, I did get you in front of everyone. I darsed you on the.
No, I know. No, I know. But I was blasted out of my mind, and we were on a bet. So,
Where was this? AMZ United?
and I didn't even get to start standing up. I pulled guard, so you literally had every advantage. To
Pull
turn in.
guard. You did not pull guard. I don't think. I think I put you on your
on
back.
the bed. But anyway, it's okay. We'll redo it all at Miami Seller Conference.
Think about it. This guy makes 10K with TikTok Shop affiliate, so that means anybody can. So
That's good.
that's
Yeah.
That's a perfect.
Yo, can I speak on how to make content, bro?
Right
Don't
now
let me do that. Don't let me do
We're
that.
live on YouTube.
Oh no, I was talking about a seller conference.
I'll put you on a panel about something. Tell me what you want to talk about.
I mean, I could talk about TikTok Shop affiliate, but I think that goes against.
We got to get a grapplers panel going.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Stupid.
We gotta rent a gym out.
Speaking of AMZ United and me darsing you on the couch, do you guys want to talk about like the benefits of networking? And you guys are obviously you're doing it right now. I think all you guys met on the internet, right? And you guys are networking right now. You want to talk about the benefits of that and why you put effort into that?
I mean, speaking from personal experience, everything that I've kind of found new has been from the networking piece. I've always kind of invested in traveling. I'm from Wisconsin, so not too many people and not too many events and big population of people that are really doing anything on the internet when it comes to business-wise. So flying places and stuff like that and putting yourself out there to meet people. I mean, I met him and Levy, two people that I've worked a lot with in the past year, here in Vegas at it was an Amazon Lit meetup or something like that, like what, 2 years ago or something?
2, 3?
It's probably 2 years ago. But yeah, just and then going to Amazon United, and I mean we went to Expo West last year, we went this year a week ago. So I mean, I've never not got it's kind of a long-term effect. I mean, some people like think about it very transactionally, I think, but I mean, long-term, having a group of people that you're working with versus just kind of working on your own is kind of exponential.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys do a great job. Where's Levy at now? I keep calling him Levi. Where's
Yeah.
Levy?
Everyone calls him Levi. It took me like 6 months to learn to say Levy, and then I'm just stuck with it. But he doesn't care.
You got the whole crew, but he's not with y'all?
No. So these boys have a B&B here in Vegas. They've had it since January. It's ending this month, and then we're going to Wisconsin together, and then we'll be coming to Miami together. So we got a little crew that's all kind of working on the TikTok side.
I think that's huge. I mean, I think that's like what makes Miami Sellers Conference so valuable is we're basically like artificially creating that environment where you're like, you guys are doing it intentionally, and I guess we're doing it intentionally too, but like basically people are paying to have friends. They're paying to have access to these big speakers, like it is what it is. It's what I did for years. Like I paid to go to these book selling conferences, and just now one of my best friends, Caleb, he was the host of the conference, and now he's one of my best friends, but I paid to be around him like so many times,
Yeah, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. I feel the same as Carter. Everything that I have or everything that we're working on is because of networking, right? The reason why I even started TikTok Shop is because of a friend starting it, and I didn't know nothing about it, right? Even Amazon Influencer Program, he put me on Amazon Influencer Program. Then he started TikTok Shop, and that's pretty much when I started doing it. And if I would have never met him, I would have never probably started TikTok Shop until maybe now when it's popular. Or still not even popular big, but
You start to trust people more, and it's easier to do business. Like we watched the Jake Paul fight, and if like something happens where not that like makes me trust you more, but it makes me trust you more somehow.
Yeah,
like,
it's-
meeting people in person.
It's human interaction, right? Like you put a face with someone. It's not just like a profile.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys are the next generation of kids, and it's cool that you guys are making an effort to get off your fucking phones and go out and meet people in real life.
What is he talking about? That's our main.
We're putting
day. That's our
record
main
numbers
schedule
on
of our
the
day.
screen time.
Where are you right now, China?
I'm in Japan.
Nice.
What is your screen time?
Oof.
Probably
about 8
9
hours a day.
average on everybody.
What's your
Combined?
screen time, Taylor?
I'd have to check. Probably at least 6 or 7, probably more.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a mix
11.
of things. Everything's on the phone.
Ooh, 11? Oof.
That's 12, bro. 11:45. That's 12.
Oh man.
Job and a half right there.
Yeah, I'm like at the stage in the travel. I've been on the road for like 2 weeks now, or more than that, to include Austin. Speaking of networking, me and all the booksellers got together in Austin, Texas. Then I went to Mexico. Now I'm here, but I'm at the stage now where I'm just kind of like working more and being on my phone. So up to 12 hours a day.
Damn. Are you guys still selling on Amazon, or are you guys basically fully let go of Amazon and you're all just hyper focused on TikTok Shop?
Yeah, correct. We're fully focused on TikTok Shop as a seller, as an affiliate. The time we'll hop back on is when we launch the products on Amazon as well.
Wow. That's awesome.
Look at Diana trying to sneak in the video.
So,
Diana, do you have any questions for them? Young
Yes.
hustlers, 23 years old.
Yes. How are you guys investing your money? Just in the business?
We're not buying the S&P 500.
SME
No, I
500. SME 500.
Bitcoin.
Babe, I can't do this.
I got it.
Sorry, you guys. I need my
I
husband.
sold all my stocks a few months ago to make sure, just put everything in private label. I mean, even stocks like Tesla that I believe in. I was fully in Tesla, like for that run up or whatever before the election, which did pretty well. But the return is just active income is always going to be the best. I mean, it's very unlikely unless you get some crazy. Even Bitcoin nowadays is pretty. I wouldn't say it's played out, but I mean, as soon as big companies and stuff like that come into something, just like TikTok, in a few years when they start throwing billions of dollars into the creator economy, it's not that it's going to be played out, but each dollar is not going to go as far. And obviously Bitcoin, whatever, Tesla, whatever it is, you can get 100% a year or whatever. But if you're making 10, 20% a month and that's stacking and stuff like that, that's much different than growing. I mean, what are you going to do if you just put all your money? You need an active income. So unless you're just going to do coaching or, some consulting or you need something that's printing money, whether it's inventory-based business, equity-based business, something that service, equity, asset. There's only a few different types of businesses that are going to print. And I mean, I look forward to kind of maybe exiting a brand or something like that next year in the future and getting more into, obviously throwing some of that money to those types of things where it's, more equitable.
In your head, to exit a brand, what do you like? Do you need 3 good years of profit? Because that's how it is for software. Like, what in your head, exiting a brand, what do you need?
There's definitely no like set amount, but it's more about what multiple you're getting. And it's also like what part of the cycle of the 2 to 4 year cycle you're selling in, or 2 8-year cycle. Like if you sell like right now versus 4 years ago versus in 2 years from now, there's different levels where people are paying different multiples, and what PE firms and what people are paying when it comes to that growth. It's all about your growth rate, right? I mean, that's the thing that's defining your multiple, how sticky your product is, and your MRR and profit margins. All these different things that we're still learning about, because obviously we haven't exited a brand like Rob or something like that for 30 million. So
Soon.
Yeah.
Give us 2 years.
Now I have a question. So you heard you guys say commission, and when I hear the TikTok stuff with the creators selling other people's products and getting a commission of every sale, but you guys are also talking about getting a brand. So are you guys actually handling all of this inventory and the orders, or you're selling someone else's products, or which one are you doing?
So now we're selling our own products. So like now we have a team of affiliates. I quoted before, but this is our brand right now called Snore. It's just a mouth tape and nail strip company. But the nice thing about this is like not everybody's goal is to manage a brand, manage inventory, having to deal to ship orders and stuff like that. It's very time intensive, right? Even if you handle a prep center, there's a lot more work that has to be done. So the cool thing is you could be an affiliate and still earn a shit ton of money. You know, like we've seen. I know a 16-year-old that just hit 160K month pure profit, not revenue. I'm not talking about no revenue numbers. 160K month in December, and he's like 16 or 17. I mean, it's insane, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you see
Okay. Yeah.
the preview for the Internet Kids documentary? I think they're trying to get on Netflix.
Is that affiliated with the NFT?
I don't think so. It's just like a documentary of
Gotcha.
at the time they were kids, but now they're all old, like they're about your age now. How old's Tim? TDH. Taylor.
Oh, I thought you were talking to them. I mean,
20?
he's not older than
21?
21, 22, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, so I guess he's like a little bit younger than you guys, but in my head he's older. Business wise, that man's like 35, 40.
I know.
He works a lot.
It's crazy.
But he's in the documentary. Anyway, you guys are young enough to be on there, but they were like interviewing a lot of young Amazon sellers, and I don't know if it's going to be a good documentary or not, but the preview looked really good. It was like them sitting down. Jake Carter was in it, being interviewed. Ben Books, the world was being interviewed. Like it's just like they sit them down and like ask them questions and make Amazon sellers look like really cool. So
I want to touch back on a little bit on like the investment question. It's like, you know, early stages in Amazon, especially heavy and private label, like the first 1 or 4 years, it was insane return, even on ads. In my opinion, that's kind of TikTok right now. It's getting a little late. It's been almost 2 years now since it's launched, TikTok Shop at least. And it's still insane the return you get for every dollar. You know, that's why I think it's great to start now. Like if anybody wants to think about even launching a brand, start now. You know, it's the best time. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people that grew large brands and exited large brands, I think they will tell you themselves that timing is a big play in everything.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there's certain products that, because I tried to list some of my products on TikTok Shop, and most of them weren't allowed to be sold. Now there's certain products I've heard that supplements and health and wellness kind of do better. Have you guys noticed that certain products and categories are doing better on TikTok Shop and others not so much?
Yeah, it just more depends on the hugest factor is obviously could you make a cool video from it, right? Like if you're trying to sell, let's just say for example, there's an Amazon listing that sells 100K plus a month units, and it's literally just a filter for air conditioning. Yeah, let's just say it's a filter for air conditioning. You're never going to be able to make a viral video from that just because like it's not a visual product. So that's like the main thing that we look at least when launching products, and that's what we look at like when the top 5 products every single week. It's a visual product. You can make amazing videos from it.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. That's awesome. Have you guys spent much time in Miami? Are you ready to throw down or what?
I've never been. He's been. Carter's been.
I've been there twice. I mean, I would love to be spending a lot more time. I'm from Wisconsin, so it's very cold. Even here in Vegas right now, I'm shaking a little bit being outside. But I mean, I'd love to spend a lot more of the winter months in Miami or more south.
Where you at right now, Taylor?
I'm in Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
This man moved out to Hawaii and had a baby.
Yeah, we moved to Hawaii, had a baby. Now we're moving back to New York. What's that?
So weird
you live there?
I mean, we've been living here since August, the last 8 months. But we're taking off in 2 after Miami, where we're leaving.
How you like it over there?
It's great, man. It's very slow. It's very rural. The weather's amazing. The beach. We live right on the water, so like literally can see the ocean. You know, it's great. But yeah, looking forward to being closer to family. You know, now that we got a little.
I got a little one.
Yeah.
You guys want kids?
It'd be nice.
I mean, the population definitely could use them. It's interesting that the most religious and the more poor you are, the more kids are being had. So it's interesting. Like like who's having the kids. That's going to be the next like generation of people. So when you think about like all the people that are not having kids are the people that are doing well. You know, they have more money and stuff like that. They're having a good life, but they simply are making the decision. I mean, a lot of it's I think a little bit political. Like more of the left is, you know, I don't want to bring people or more people into this world or whatever it is kind of mindset.
Or you get like the Hormozis that just want to work all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, I think maybe in the future he'll start popping them out a little bit more. But
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, he's one in whatever. But when it comes to kind of just subsets of the population that are actually reproducing and stuff like that, I mean, even I mean, obviously hot topics, but when you think about immigrants and just people from different cultures and stuff like that have the kids, I mean, that's who the future is going to be. So it's like, who do you,
it's kind of crazy to think.
Your, you know, like, would you not want to be born in the future? I think it's usually more of a selfish kind of thing than it is.
I heard someone say, you know, like people with like really strong political beliefs on birth control are the ones not reproducing. So like they're literally like not gonna, like if it's genetic to have political beliefs, there's gonna be less people like that in the future because their belief is not to reproduce.
Yeah, no, the idea itself is it dies out. So it has to that's kind of the mind virus mindset, because it has to latch on to other people that chose to have kids' minds. You know, so it's a very interesting thought process.
Yeah, they're consuming them themselves. They'll be dead in 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I've heard Patrick Bet David talks about it, and he was talking to Graham Stephan on his podcast, and he was telling Graham, he's like, a guy like you should have 5 kids, 10 kids, you know, and it's true, you know, competent, strong leaders.
On his pod the other day?
I haven't watched it, but I saw that. Yeah,
Tate came back and he like went on like he moved to Miami and he went on like 5 different people's podcasts in like a few days. And Patrick Bet David drilled him on the kid issue. He's like, basically he was playing devil's advocate, like you're never around your kids. Does that make you a good father? And Tate won't say how many kids he has, but he has probably got like 20 plus. And there's no way he's around them all the time, you know. And so it was an interesting little debate. But Tate basically said, like, I pay for the kids, so therefore I'm a good dad. And he talked about being around them too. But he's like, the time I spend with them is really valuable. But I thought that was a really interesting point.
Quality over quantity, I think a lot of people have the mindset of, and it's, I mean, how much do you really see? I mean, I was at my parents' house. I mean, both parents were both in the house, whatever it is, but you don't really see your dad as much too because he's working. I mean, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, so you know she was there for 15 years or whatever it is. I mean, either way, we need more kids in the world. I mean, how people go about that and stuff like that is all different perspectives. But I mean, we definitely need more kids. I mean, we can't be below replacement rate.
Kids are not cheap. And so it's important that you guys track your profits accurately. And that's why we got the Go-To Lister app right here. It breaks down exactly how much profit. You can see me and the team did 4K profit yesterday. That's after buy costs. That's after Amazon fees. The only thing it's not considering is like long-term storage fees and stuff like that. You can see how many units we sold. And then one of my favorite things is sometimes how many times do we not know, like, why are my sales so low? Or do I need to buy more inventory? You can just simply look. And on the website, it actually tells you what your inventory cost is, but you can see your total available inventory at Amazon and how much of it is inbound to Amazon. So we got 38K inbound, but we got a shit ton at Amazon. So we really got to focus on selling the stuff at Amazon. And then our sell-through rate is also right there. So how fast is our inventory moving? We like to keep that as high as possible.
I love that UI. That's great.
Say it again?
The UI on that's great. I like how it looks.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I like it more. I have seller board too for another account that I run, and I actually really like Go-To Lister more, like objective. I thought I was going to like seller board more because they put so much effort into this, but it also tells you the expected profit. So if we sold everything today, which we can sell this in the next 30 days if we reprice aggressively, it's 158K profit right there. So
why does it look like the yesterday button is barely fitted?
Did you edit that?
Fitting these nuts.
That was a terrible segue. You could have done so much better. Is that an eye lady next to you? Are you going beekeeping later?
Carter, they're like, what the hell? Hey, so I have one last question for you guys. So I was talking to someone today that wants to get into private label, and I was kind of giving him my advice. and what's worked for me versus like the mainstream advice, which I feel like a lot of people are like, do really good product research, find a product that's better and make a good fix to it that fix the review problems, right? And my advice was just like, hey, just like go launch a couple products, like make a few listings and like test and see what works. And that's what worked for me. What would your guys' advice be, like the maybe non-mainstream advice or the practical steps that have worked best for you guys, for somebody that like maybe me, maybe I want to get my foot in the door on TikTok shop? What would be your one or two like steps or piece of advice you'd give for like to have some results pretty quickly?
So I'd say, like a two-part question. First, I'd say you want to get your foot into TikTok shop, start as an affiliate. That's the best way to start, in my honest opinion, because then you learn how to market it. At that point, you can be able to teach people. But second part of the question, the advice I always give that I feel like most people don't is like launch something that you actually use. Like just look at the stuff that you use every single day. You know, like Carter's a perfect example. Like he uses a lot of stuff that's like, let's just say holistical or like very healthy. There's a ton of products in that space that he could launch, and it's all uptrend, right? Everything in the health category is just gonna keep on rising because everybody just wants to start being healthy. There's a lot of fat people in the world that aren't gonna be fat soon, hopefully. But prime example of this, like the best product on TikTok shop is a 15-day gut cleanse, and it's shit. It's branded like shit, in my honest opinion. It looks horrible, but it's the highest selling product on TikTok shop. One part is because it was very early, and second part, it's great to market it. You know, it's 15-day gut cleanse, so you could just pretty much say it's nature's Ozempic. You don't have to go to the gym; you could just take this. But that's my honest advice. I think it's just better launch something that you actually use.
Okay.
I assume that
Nice.
your experience with
Nice.
private labels on the Amazon side.
What's that? Yeah.
Is your experience with the private label on Amazon?
I just got into private label probably like a year ago. I've been doing wholesale for like the last 2-3 years, and then I was doing RA and OA before that. But I'm in private label pretty heavy right now.
Is that mostly on Amazon though, or do you not say?
Yeah, I'm all on Amazon basically. I just started Walmart, but I'm only not doing very much on there.
Romer, is Taylor the friend that you said is printing on private label? You mentioned
He's doing good. My other friends are doing good too. Yeah, so I'm
It's
ready.
definitely it's a different thing with Amazon. I mean, when you're looking at you're looking at the bad reviews, you're trying to improve the product. I mean, it's definitely helpful to launch something where you're improving it in some way. I mean, if you're making it worse, obviously not helpful. If it's the same thing, I mean, it's the same thing. But with the way that things are marketed now with the creator side, it's mostly about how marketable something is. So if you just take like a normal black bag versus something that's branded like this, where it's, Varo works pretty hard on this and just makes it very visually appealing. And then also really the whole reason that you launch something that you know about is you're going to be able to know like the things that people are thinking about and what people care about when it comes to marketing the product. So talking about the jawline, talking about like nose breathing and how it affects your facial structure is a big thing for that brand. And each one of these brands that's doing well, they each have that like pain point that they're really hitting. So having the pain point is more important than anything else. Like even the filters we were talking about before, I just had a thought that, I mean, there's still a lot of things you can go with that, like allergies, like air quality, all these different things that people are starting to care about. As prosperity increases, people care more about their health. I'm not sure that there's going to be less fat people in the future. I mean, I would hope so, but the trend line is not in the correct direction at the moment. But obviously, those people aren't going to be. I mean, you can push on it, but maybe not reproducing as much. I mean, we're thinking in centuries here, but not necessarily us. I'm just thinking like in general, but there's definitely kind of some aspects of that. And from Amazon to TikTok is honestly, I'd say a completely different game when it comes to launching a private label, researching a product label. I mean, you're really thinking about how something can be marketed instead of, hey, how can I, like SEO wise and all these different things and good reviews. It's just straight branding. And how can you appeal to the person watching the video? How can you storytell? Because when it comes to the content, there's multiple pieces of it. So there's bottom of funnel, top of funnel, middle of funnel. Top of funnel is just getting someone interested in the thing. Usually a lot of story, a lot of whatever, just to do a call to action at the end of the video. And there's middle, more educating them on, hey, like why are people even using these types of products? And then bottom of funnel, obviously just selling them on the product like a regular ad. But compared to Amazon, I mean, it's almost a completely different business. I mean, you're obviously selling a product that's private label and stuff like that and building a brand. But I mean, I almost see there's not a whole lot of similarities, honestly.
Yeah. No, it's for sure. It seems very different.
Have you thought about launching any of your brands onto TikTok?
I don't think I can. I've tried to list some of the products. TikTok has a little bit of stricter rules with some of the categories that I'm in, but I do want to diversify, especially since I don't spend a lot of time every week managing the Amazon. Like it's pretty hands off, other than like fixing my PPC and stuff. So I'd love to diversify, and get some additional income from TikTok, especially seeing how much money you guys are making,
I mean, the space in general is only increasing, and I think once Instagram really launches, I think Instagram will be even bigger just because of the trust factor. It's not Chinese and stuff like that, and the way that TikTok really launched was being really cheap and they just threw crazy incentives. So it's really the end consumer is thinking about how cheap something can be, versus the true value, like the branding and like having actual like high like cost, more like 30 to 50 versus like $5 free shipping. So it's kind of it's evolving.
Well, I wonder if we should do like a TikTok shop breakout room at
Yeah,
Miami.
yeah,
Right?
that's the plan. We'll have Varo talk, and then Carter, if you want to go up with them, you can. And then, yeah, for sure. And then we'll probably put.
I feel like a lot of people be
Cade and
interested in
Trevor.
that.
How many bags I gotta bring so I can get some away?
bring 200.
200, I got you. I'll bring some bags.
Ship a box.
But I really want to just really touch on you don't gotta be like us, right? We completely quit Amazon. He did it for a different reason than I did. I just stopped just because I was heavy in the grocery category, and that was a time when they were just hitting you with crazy fees, and a lot of my SKUs, a lot of my replens just weren't profitable anymore. But I know multiple people doing both, doing still wholesale and still doing TikTok shop. I have a friend. He does 200K months on Amazon consistently, and he hit his highest TikTok month, I think, was 20K. I always tell him if he's just consistent with TikTok, he could beat his Amazon income, in my honest opinion. But
He films like 100 videos in 30 minutes and then just gives up for the.
he works maybe
2 weeks.
5 hours a month with TikTok, and he generates a good amount of money.
So we have a question here. It looks like Romer the Romer wants you guys to buy tickets at MiamiSellersConference.com before prices go up. That's www.MiamiSellersConference.com.
If you buy your tickets in groups of 3, you get 30% off. We just had someone buy 3 tickets this morning, so appreciate you.
Get the yacht, guys. Get the yacht. It's gonna be worth it.
Get the yacht 100%. Yeah, that's where the magic.
You're gonna want to
It's
talk
gonna
drunk.
be a marathon. We're doing Wednesday night free networking, Thursday, Friday after parties both nights, and then the yacht on Sunday. What time does it depart? 6?
6:30, something like that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a vibe. And you guys can check out all the speakers. We got everyone coming. We got Amazon Lit, Scott Needham, Flips for Miles, Warner Fields, Taylor Jones. We should try and get Dylan Palacio.
Trevin Peterson.
Trevin
Do you have
Peterson.
any other, on Amazon?
Yeah, we could. What's that?
Trevin does TikTok shop.
Any non-Amazon, other than TikTok, I guess.
That Dylan would be talking about crypto if he comes, but in terms of our current speakers, let's see. I'll pull this up.
I've just seen you guys kind of evolve the meetup, obviously, and I think obviously continuing to provide more value and having other options and stuff obviously is pretty great and expand.
Yeah, this year's pretty we got the wholesale OGs. So we got Eric, Larry, and then Scott and Javier Mundo. And then Stefan's the only real OA speaker we have, including I guess Miles and Warner are too.
Yep.
Max does private label. He does he did $1 million over the last 30 days. And he's got his own manufacturing.
Did he really? Oh wow, I thought he was doing 500K a month.
He sent me a screenshot of $1 million. So,
Verified.
Cade and Trevin, they'll be talking about TikTok stuff.
Damn.
And private label. And then we got Reezy. We'll probably have him talk about content and just tell
Dude, it's crazy how It's crazy how many other sellers there are too. Like I just went on Instagram last night and typed in FBA, and I found like 10 new Amazon sellers that like are crushing it that I didn't even know of. It's crazy how many people there are. You know,
popping up like
Jeff
flies.
Conlon 20.
Oh, this kid snuck into our event last year.
Snuck in.
Now he's on the site.
Yeah, I saw him like walking out, and I'm like, "Did you pay?" And he's like, "No." And then I'm like, "Testimonial right now," and he gave his testimonial. Right after.
This is right after the event. That video? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name again? Taylor, do you remember his name?
That's Jackson. Kid. He's in Armenia right now. That's Jackson.
Is TikTok Shop better than Amazon in regards to sales volume? 3, 2, 1. Let's see the best answer. I guess it just depends on what you're selling.
It's definitely not like yearly sales wise. So it's kind of a different thing. It's all existing brands as well on Amazon. It's more of a platform. It's obviously the biggest fulfillment network.
No.
In my opinion, like a lot of people have that mindset of like, hey, let's just say I don't know how much Amazon does a day in sales, but I mean, you know, I'm just gonna throw a random number out there. Let's just say if they do $1 billion every single day in sales, and let's just say TikTok Shop, I think 2 years ago they did 4 mil a day, so they're probably maybe at 20 to 30 mil. Big difference, but what could you capture is like the main important question, right? A lot of people say like just a different type of volume doesn't really matter in my honest opinion, just because with TikTok Shop you're going to be launching your own product, and it matters more if you capture 5% of a smaller number than 1% of a bigger number, in my honest opinion.
Yep.
And it's not like you only have to do one. It's kind of a different model too. Like most people think about it right now is reselling, not brand building. It's easier to build a brand on TikTok with creators than it is trying to pump PPC I'm sure Taylor could speak on more kind of the difficulty of getting established on Amazon as well.
Yeah, I mean, some of the products that I've launched that have done well is because there's only a few other people that I'm competing with, and like even one of the products I've seen more competition come in. There's a few other as more competition is on the platform, you're gonna have to fight harder to get those views. So I'd imagine that with TikTok Shop, it's so much newer that getting that exposure, you're going to have so much less competition, more likely than not in a lot of areas.
And people aren't necessarily searching up your search term, like mouth tape or whatever it is, and then buying it as much as they are just seeing a video organically, right? So it's kind of organic. It's not, you're not trying to get on the first page. You're not trying to, it's not trying to rank like that. Where I try to look for stuff that people are selling a lot of, that there are big competitors, because that shows how big the market is. Not trying to like see what the competition score is or something like that. I mean, I could care less.
Yeah. Good question.
Boom. All right, guys, get your tickets, MiamiSellersConference.com. The price is going to go up. Taylor Jones will be there talking about Bitcoin, breaking down his strategy to build up your crypto portfolio. I'm just kidding. We might have a crypto guy, though, Dylan Palacio, if you guys want to learn more about crypto. I think he's the best resource.
Robert, you're going to have Dylan Palacio there?
Yeah.
No, hold on. That is he has.
That'd be fucking dope.
That's more likely than not happening. It's more likely than not.
You want to bet?
I don't think.
Dude, get Dylan there. That'd be fucking sick.
We got a Dylan fan now, so he's got to come.
Cayman will get the ticket right
now. I don't see why he wouldn't.
Ticket, bro. I support Romer, so
I'm transferring my ticket I bought last year.
I support Grapplers. I support Taylor. I already bought 2 tickets, actually.
I support Grapplers.
I got an extra one just because that's how much I support y'all. Probably going to give it to a homeless man, but
All right, guys. I got to bounce, gentlemen. It was nice to meet you all.
Nice meeting you, brother.
Yeah.
See you, man.
Romer, for real, get Dylan in there.